Track major damage to a South Fargo office building early this morning. We're taking you there live in just a few minutes. But first, we want to check in with meteorologist Lisa Green about some dangerous weather that's moving through the valley and causing some serious damage. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. We're hearing more from our viewers down in the southern end of the valley, down toward Ellendale and into the Forbes area. This is the photo that Aaron sent us this morning. Around 5 a.m., this hailstone fell and it measures 3 inches in diameter. That's larger than a baseball in size, and you know that's going to do some serious damage. Aaron mentioned that it was numerous sizes. This was one of the bigger stones that fell, and thank goodness it didn't last for a long period of time. But there are some cars dented in the area that this fell on, and Aaron expects to see some damage on the roof and on the siding, unfortunately. There also some reports of damage in Ellendale, some street flooding there. One of our viewers from there was able to move their vehicle into the garage after getting the warnings from us, so they saved the vehicle, but their home is damaged as well. And other places under the gun right now, we've got lightning going on in the Home of Economy Skycam in the Devil's Lake area. Some heavy rain, some lightning and thunder happening in that area, and severe thunderstorm warning still in effect. It's been trimmed a bit as this system continues to race northward in eastern North Dakota. Though that line does stretch into Minnesota, the strongest part of this storm is in places like moving into western parts of Grand Forks County, back or into Steele and Griggs counties, and back over into the northern part of or southern part of Nelson County as well. This warning in effect until 7:15. We're looking at 70-mile-per-hour gusts possible as this continues to lift northward. So watch out for some strong winds. Watch out for the potential for hail. Thank goodness it does not look as large as that stone I just showed you, but this is going to continue racing northward through eastern North Dakota through the morning, and we've got more rain and thunder where that came from, also down to the south and east. So more areas will be seeing this, and I'll continue to track that for you throughout the morning hours. We'll be bringing you updates on any new information we get. You can always check the Valley News Live weather app for the latest too if you're away from home.
Lisa, thank you. Back to our top story of that local breaking news this Tuesday morning. A 2-alarm fire in South Fargo. Firefighters spent much of the morning at a commercial office building. We want to head on over to the Valley today's JC Dodd, who has been there for hours tracking the progress that crews have made. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan. Yes, 5.5 hours later, crews have finally left the scene here on 30th Avenue South in Fargo. A lot of destruction. I'm going to give you a first look at the close-up damage that we have seen all morning. So I'm going to get behind the camera and show you what you're looking at. This is along 30th Avenue South in Fargo, in between 41st and 42nd Street. Just a block from Bethany Retirement. Look at this damage. You can see here three busted out windows right here, some damage there. And then this is the big talker, Jordan. This is where all of the damage is. Flames were shooting from the roof, and this is what is left. Several businesses are in this complex. There's a Collier's, there's a dermatology clinic, along with a law firm. So a lot of businesses here. There were some employees on scene earlier this morning checking out the damage. A lot of devastation here in South Fargo. Now, no injuries were reported. The call came in just after 1 this morning, and they were on scene until around 6:30. So a lot of work was done here, and the investigation is underway. They have no idea of what caused it just yet. They don't know what business it originated in, but Jordan, I will continue working the scene and making sure to bring you the latest from here in South Fargo.
Yeah, very serious situation, major destruction. JC Dodd reporting live this morning. Thank you. It is primary election day in North Dakota. Voters are heading to the polls to decide local and state races. Among the local races are Fargo Mayor, Fargo City Commission, Fargo School Board, and the Cass County Sheriff. Some state legislative posts are on the ballot as well, as are the U.S. Senator and U.S. House of Representatives. And we want to give you an in-depth look at who wants to run North Dakota's largest city. 7 people are running to be the next mayor of Fargo, including current mayor Tim Mahoney. He wants to keep that title. Let's take a look at all of these candidates here. Tim Mahoney on the far left of your screen there. He has served the mayor of Fargo since 2015. Before that, he served on the city commission for 10 years. He is trying to keep his seat against all of these candidates. 3 more we'll show you in just a few seconds. Dustin Elliott, he pitches himself as the candidate that can bring healing in these hard times. And this is Sherry Fairco. Her website, claims that she is the God First candidate, and secondly, she calls herself a stay-at-home mom. Arlette Preston, that name might be familiar to you. She's right here. She is a current city commissioner. She now wants to lead the city. She has also ran for other offices in the city as well. The final three candidates include Hakun Debar. Now, his website describes him as community-oriented and a small business owner. Another candidate, Michael Borgi. He says he wants to prioritize public safety, and he says that he has 45+ years of experience in the hospitality industry. The final candidate that you will see on the list on your ballot today is Shannon Rowers-Jones. She was elected in 2016 as a Republican to the North Dakota legislature. She also works for her family business. You've likely seen signs for them around town. Big construction company, Rowers Construction. Now, you'll have a chance to vote for all of them today in the city of Fargo. Another question for people in Fargo is term limits. Measure 1 will ask if city commissioners should only be allowed to serve 3 4-year terms, or 12 years total. And if you want to be the mayor and a city commissioner, you can only serve 4 4-year terms, or 16 years in total. Now, that is a measure. If you vote yes on that measure, you approve of those term limits. One set of candidates in Cass County will not be on the ballot today, even though they're running. The Riley's Acre neighborhood Facebook page says Cass County officials failed to complete the city council's applications process. But county elections coordinator Deanne Buckhouse says that the missing names are due to the town missing the April 11th deadline to get their paperwork in. The missing names on the ballot are Jay Dick, Derek Ellingson, and Carol McCamey. If you want to vote for them, you will need to write them in. Dick is seeking re-election to the city council. Ellingson and McCamey are going for open positions on that council. Now, to find out your polling location and other information on voting today, head to our website, valleynewslive.com. Go to the top of the page and click on that Elections tab. That will get you the information you need. It's 5 years in prison for a 36-year-old man who punched and killed a father of 6 at a West Fargo concert. Tomas Cerventas pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the death of Ricardo Balboa after initially claiming that it was self-defense. The victim's widow gave emotional testimony about the impacts that Cervantes has left on her family.
Not only did you take my husband's life and destroyed my kid's future, you also destroyed your daughter's life.
Court documents say Balboa was pushed by someone, and when he turned around to see who did it, he was hit in the face, knocked unconscious, fell, hit his head on the concrete floor, and then died. The man who shot a woman and led authorities in Pelican Rapids, Minnesota on a 48-hour manhunt back in April will spend at least 15 years in prison for attempted murder. A witness told police the victim was in the kitchen cooking when 36-year-old Futhasa Prathane burst through the door and started punching, kicking, and eventually shooting her. He was arrested 2 days later after a high-speed chase in Redwood County, Minnesota. 28-year-old Joseph Case of Grand Forks has been sentenced to serve 40 years in prison for gross sexual imposition involving a child. Court documents say last June, the mother of the 8-year-old victim called police to report it. Now, he later admitted to touching that girl 3 separate times. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coverage coming up on the Fargo CW. Otherwise, watch out